What happened last night?
Are you ready?
So, what did happen last night? Well, we talked about the NBA from the Celtics perspective last night. As we said, the bench kind of did their thing. There were a couple guys who really got after it. And obviously, you're going to get what you're going to get out of Jaylen Brown. But they kept it closer. It was a bit of a, looked like the Sixers might run away with it. But, wasn't a complete blowout. It was pretty close. But from the Sixers perspective, Embiid poured in the points, as he always does, and he was the difference maker. That was the difference in the series, I think. But yeah, Maxey was efficient. He also scored 30. Edgecombe, also good, pouring in the points. George was good. He was very efficient. I think he was 5 of 10 from the field, which is very good. Got a couple points. He did his thing. He contributed. But yeah, that result, I mean, I guess after what happened with Tatum going out, as we mentioned, and we all kind of, I said it, I did the poll, it did come out that most people thought that the Celtics did not have enough to compete with the Sixers last night. That was the case. So yeah, that kind of turned out as was kind of expected after the Tatum news came out. And I know the Celtics have played a lot without Tatum this year, and they've looked really good. But after you reintegrate a guy, it's kind of hard to get him off the floor and say, yeah, we're just gonna go back to that. And I know that Mazzulla played with the lineups, started Garza and a couple other players. But yeah, so yeah, it was an interesting situation. Keita, he's a big man. He can compete. Garza's big too, but it's a different skill set. Garza's a stretch, and Keita's more inside. I know Embiid's a stretch, but Embiid can really bust you down low. I know Garza can make some blocks, but I think Keita's the better option there. But yeah, I don't know. It's a wild series. Now the Sixers come on to play the Knicks. We'll see what happens there. People I've talked to they're not changing their tune, but they are saying this. They said it would be a tough series regardless of whether it was the Sixers or the Celtics. I'm just, I know Embiid's back. I know he's been really good. But yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine that, maybe he's a Knicks fan. Maybe he's just saying, he says they're going to buy them, but I don't think it's going to be close. I could be wrong. I was wrong in this series. I know Embiid didn't start it. I wasn't, it's not like I was factoring him to be out the whole series, but you never know with Joel Embiid. But yeah, so it's interesting to see what happens with Embiid, Edgecombe, Maxey, and then George, and then Brunson and Cat. Maybe some stuff from, you never know with Bridges. He's kind of lost his shot. But Anunoby has had his thing. So about last night, the Sixers get it done. And on the ice in the NHL, round 2 started last night. We had the Hurricanes and the Flyers. I know someone was very excited the Flyers made it through the Pens. I was shocked by that. I think most of the hockey world was shocked by that. But, he's ecstatic, and I know Philadelphia, they must be going crazy with what's going on. Maybe a little tempered after last night, because Carolina did win 3-0. Logan Stankoven pouring in 2 goals, the bulk of the scoring of the 3 goals. He had 3 of them. It was a fantastic game. Well, it was a fantastic game for Carolina. For Philly, not so much. So that's what happened last night.